N.S.J.T. No secrets, just truth. Jazrael Emil Kavan. I started this label almost 15 years ago. I started the label because I was sick of those who were telling lies and broken promises. Those who told you they will lead you to destiny, but they left you in despair. Those who said they loved you, but let you fall from the grace where you have begun. I say unto you that this is more than just a symbol. It has become the reason and the breath of life that I have. I have stood and watched the world spin around over and over and over again, and yet there has been no justice. I can hear the outcry of the people, but I see no one responding. Yet I see those who stand on the sideline pointing and laughing at those who try and fail. I created a label that reflects who I am on the inside. N.S.J.T, no secrets, just truth, means everything to me. It is my life, it is my breath, it is my words, it is my heart, and it is my mind. It is my convictions. It is my definition of who I am. I believe wholeheartedly in the power of God Himself. I believe wholeheartedly that He created me with a purpose. And that purpose is slowly being revealed to me and to the world. I stand for the voiceless, the motherless, the fatherless, those who walk the path of life alone, those who feel shame and sorrow, those who grow up in despair, the weak, the blind, and the deaf. I refuse to leave a legacy of ignorance behind, but I want to leave a legacy of intelligence, a legacy of wisdom, a legacy of love. I come before you not to find honor in myself. I come before you not to get praise. I come before you not to be exalted higher than anyone else. I come before you as if I was just born a brand new baby, saying that I am comforted and coddled in the arms of the one who created me, that I am within the realm of love because I was birthed out of love. It was His love that gave me my first breath when I exited the womb. It was His love that opened my eyes and let the light shine in. It was His love that gave me the strength to walk and crawl. It gave me the strength to stand tall. It gave me the strength to run. It gave me the strength to walk. I say to you that this is not just a message, but a declaration of a creed that has been going on for 15 years, that I shall not lie. Thou shalt always speak the truth to you and to myself, that I will take upon myself the burden of life, and that I will still be able to stand tall, because my strength comes from He who is the strongest, the Alpha and the Omega. I never thought that N.S.J.T would last 15 years. I never thought that my poetry would make it 15 years. I never thought that I would see past 18, but I have. I never thought that a kid from the inner city could make a life for himself outside the inner city. I never thought that I would be able to change or affect change in other people's lives, but I have. It is my duty to continue along this path and meet those who need someone to lean on, to continue down this path, to be someone that someone else can love unconditionally. I stand because my forefathers stood. I stand because my ancestors stood. I speak because my forefathers spoke. My ancestors spoke. They did not waste any time. They spoke of freedom. They spoke of love. They spoke of truth. They spoke of hope. They said that we will get there one step at a time, that even if they could not see the day of the promised land, that in spirit they will be with us. They will guide us. They will be our lighthouses. And I still believe that. I believe that within me my ancestors speak. I believe within me my forefathers speak. And they speak of truth. They speak of wisdom. They speak of the Almighty God who gives us breath each and every day. The Almighty God who makes sure there is a roof over our head and food in our mouths. The Almighty God who blesses us with things that we had never imagined that we could ever have. He endowed us with a divine spirit to be able to discern the path forward. I believe that God has given us another chance to reunite ourselves with him. But Jesus said that I come to tear the temple open so that I could reunite man with God, and I believe it. Jesus said I came to sow discord between a mother and a daughter, a father and son, a brother and a sister, and I believe it. Because there are those who refuse to align themselves with the power of God, who refuse to believe in the words of God, who refuse to live the life that God has intended for each and every last one of us. But we were told if we ate the apple of the Garden of Eden that we would have gifts that is of God, that we would be able to tell right from wrong. But if we honestly understood there was no wrong in the world until we ate the apple, that we knew God, we saw God, we spoke to God until we ate the apple, then we can only hear the words of God. We can no longer see him. But when we use the power of our hearts, when we use the power of discernment, when we allow the visions of the future to enter our minds, we can see his footprints. We're hot on his trail. We know where God is moving, and we're moving in the direction that God is moving. I believe that I am like the man who said, if I can touch the hem of his garment, I shall be healed. If I can touch the hem of his garment, I shall be strong. I can touch the hem of his garment, I can have the wisdom of the world. I can have the wisdom of heaven. I say unto you, the N.S.J.T, no secrets, just truth, was born out of the passion, the desire to do more than just live, to do more than just be. It was born out of the legacy that was left before me. It was born out of the darkness. It was born out of the wilderness. It was born out of the desert. It was born out of shame, out of pain, out of sorrow. It was born out of love. It was born out of peace. And I know that what you're saying to yourself now is, how could it be born out of all these things? It was because those were the things that was locked away inside of me. When I picked up the pen for the very first time and wrote my very first poem, I realized that what was left inside of me was the strength of a new day, was the strength of a new life. It was the strength of a new heart. It was beating the laws of time into place. I found myself no longer sitting in darkness, but a spark had came. And that spark had grew into a fire that roared. It kept me warm through the cold, dark nights. It allowed me to travel through the wilderness and see what was before me. It allowed me to spill out unto the world what was left in my heart. It gave me a voice again. It gave me the ability to change lives. N.S.J.T is more than 4 words. It is the words of a man who has lived through so much. It gave me an unbelievable experience. It showed me the inner workings of hearts across so many borderlines of states, of hearts across the world, of minds. It showed me the thoughts of angels. It gave me a reason to pray again. It gave me a reason to believe again. It gave me a reason to love again. Well, I've always worn my heart on my sleeve, but N.S.J.T reminded me that my heart is my shield, that my words is the sword of truth, that I can wear the armor of peace. I can win my battles. I can be victorious. It has given me the power to shape the destiny of my own life. N.S.J.T healed my family of the wounds that were so prevalent. It gave me the ability to speak of the things that happened to me so long ago. It gave me an outlet for the anger that was inside. He gave me the strength to defeat the enemy that was coming against me. He gave me the power to say enough to the devil, enough to his minions, enough to his demons. He gave me the strength to say that its kingdom would fall by the hands of the righteous. It reminded me of Psalms 23, that he led me by still waters. Through the valley of the shadow of death I shall not fear. That I know goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. It reminded me that my greatest love is God. It reminded me that I had a purpose in this world that no one could take away from me. I would have been created regardless if my mother gave birth to me or not, because the will of God cannot be ignored. It took me from ignorance to wisdom. So I say unto you today that when you hear me say N.S.J.T, no secrets is true. It is more than just a label. It is more than just 4 words. It is the truth of my soul.